It is Finch again, believe it or not, making the case for HRX, only this time I'm making the case for NRG Esports. And ordinarily, that is an incredibly easy case to make. I don't know if that case is going to be as easy to make now. I'll talk a little bit about some of the changes or some of the challenges that roster is facing in the moment. I go by the player by player. But again, first at the bracket, talk about NRG's run through what their path will look like to make it to finals and win the tournament, which is something that they absolutely can do, though just maybe not as easily as we would have thought before. Again, if you haven't filled out your bracket yet, I'm going to have the link in the video. Make sure that you get that bracket filled out so you can let me know what you think is going to be their chance to win. And I'm going to have to be doing videos for all the other teams as well. So if you want to see NRG, you want to see Jeff and Bear on the boys, you want to see Dignitas, those are going to be coming, filtering in slowly, leading all the way up to the event at DreamHack. But first, NRG's path to the finals, what does it look like? Well, it starts off very, very tough up against Rival. And I think that the best case to be made for NRG is that Rival haven't looked unbeatable lately. They struggled up against Obey in the placement stages. They had some struggles in the spring LAN as well, or around the summer LAN as well, where NRG actually beat them, showing how strong that team is, though Rival did win the spring LAN. So that lack of consistency, I think, overall, especially in fall, could be the window, but just not having Yemen, I don't know, man. It's so hard not to oversell it because you can't oversell it, how important Yemen is to this team. He's huge for NRG. He's possibly the best mid lane in the world. I think he deserves to be up there with Adapting and Cuba and Basket for best player in the world in terms of consistency. He's insane what he does for NRG, so they don't have him. Instead, they have Homie. And I think that Homie's very strong. I don't think he was what was wrong with CLG, but not only is it an adjustment to be playing now in the mid lane, he's also playing with 4 new players that he very rarely, I imagine, gets to play with, especially in a competitive environment. So it's going to be tough for NRG, but they got a chance to beat Rival. There's a lot of pressure on Homie in this matchup in particular because I still think that the pin that if you want to unravel Rival is to take care of Wolfie early, put a lot of pressure on him, try and get him frustrated, see if you can do that. So that means Homie's going to need to play consistently well. The good news for NRG, if you're a big fan of them, is that the rest of their squad is still stacked. You know, you still have Emilito on that team. You still have Emilzy. You still have Adapting. You still have Maniac over in the solo lane. So they're not pushovers by any means. And Homie's great too. It's just, you would have liked to see them be able to come in at full force. So if they beat Rival, I think it starts with limiting Wolfie in the middle lane and shutting down Ice in the jungle. I think that you can do that as long as they come up with a plan for Homie, some picks he's very comfortable with, maybe try and narrow the God pool. You just don't have time, I think, to practice for breadth. You just have to try and get a couple good ones that are deep that other teams aren't ready for. I think that's what they're going to have to do to overcome Rival. Then they're going up against, I imagine, E United, another very difficult match, but one that I think that they certainly could win, especially if E United aren't the team that we expect. You know, if Scream maybe plays a little bit too aggressively. Same for Basket. They both have a chance to do that. And NRG are the kind of team that can capitalize on it. They're patient, NRG are. They know what moment in the game that they want to take to strike, and they wait until then. Then I believe in the finals, they'll be waiting to go up against Dignitas, who are very, very good, but for some reason seem to have a hard time winning in the finals, closing it out as the #1 team overall. I mean, the door is wide open for this NRG team to get it done, but it's just so hard when you don't have Yemen. And we'll kind of go through each of these players a little bit. I mean, they've got Homie instead. We don't have it updated on the site here just yet, but that's because it really just recently has been announced, and these were for the regular season anyway. These weren't updates specifically for the event. Emilito, one of the best hunters in the world, him and Emilzy continue to be a very strong duo lane. I don't think it's difficult at all to expect for these two to perform very well. What's a duo lane that you think could be better than them? I don't know if Vocalis are better than Emilito and Emilzy right now. They have such strong synergy. I think pulling him in instead of Raffer was the right move for this team in terms of out of game and in game. So as long as that duo lane is there, this team is going to look strong. Now you have Homie. That's where the question mark comes in, but you do have Adapting. Homie doesn't need to come in and delete everybody or be a god or never miss an ability. He just needs to make sure he's even in farm and he's facilitating for Adapting, who, I mean, Kenneth, my man, is considered the best in the world. all the time. Maybe not anymore with Basket and Cuba rising up the way they have been, but he has been there before. That's what they're going to need. They're going to need adapting to be Adapt King if they're going to win this event. And all Homie has to do, he doesn't have that much on his plate, is just facilitate for adapting. If he can do that, put him in a position to win, I think NRG can absolutely make a run to the finals. Finally, Maniac. Now, I don't think Maniac is your top tier solo laner who's going to be winning every single matchup, but he will also never fall behind for you. He will make sure that he's doing his job in team fights. At the end of a fight, you're going, well, I don't feel like Adapting did that much, or Yaman did that much, or Imol didn't really do that much. No one popped. Why NRG win that fight so handily? And it's probably Maniac. Probably Maniac plucking the right person or tail whipping someone that was off camera so they couldn't blink in onto the back line or something like that. That's the kind of guy Maniac is, right? He's not lighting up the kill feed. He's doing his job very well, and you almost don't even notice it sometimes. So that's the case for NRG. Again, I'm going to have the videos coming out for everyone else as well, trickling in as we make our way to DreamHack. Fill out your bracket and make sure you do not miss a minute. We're starting Friday. Make sure you are there.